Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Sobe Gill. Hope all is well. Just want to come in this evening and just say what is on your mind. What's on my mind? Quite a few things. But I think more importantly, what's on my mind is how can we be more encouraging, be more peaceful, be more loving, be more respectful. I think we tend to lose sight of where we are because there's so many things and so many moving parts that are going on in our life, especially with social media and how we respond to things over the airwaves. And I think it's important that we have to do a reset in how we think, how we speak, how we learn, unlearn, and more importantly, how we present the information to the people. So tonight's live is basically for the people. What is on our mind? What are we afraid to say? What are we saying that may be damaging to other people? But what's on my mind is just what I spoke a few minutes ago. And I think when you work within yourself and understand what inner peace is and what outer peace is, then you make yourself aware of who you are as a human being first. Because you can't help anyone outside of you unless you help yourself first. And you have to acknowledge your shortcomings. But that doesn't mean broadcast it all over the airways or whatever the case may be. Even if it's just amongst you, sitting at home quietly, speaking to God or talking to a close family member or a friend, or just sitting there at peace and quiet and just examine your day and ask yourself, did you do what you accomplished today? Did you feel free today? Did you feel loved today? Did you feel comfortable about who you are, where you are, and what you're all about? With that being said, I did. It's been a beautiful week. It's been a beautiful day. And more importantly, I want to thank those who have subscribed to my channel, all 97 of you. I want to give a shout out to Cookie, Baka, Bala, Frankie, and Johnny for joining the chat. I appreciate you so much. But more importantly, I want to give a thanks to people like Lady D, Dottie, Big Bob, JoJo, Skylight, Sky Zone, Spitting Fire, Infamous Sylvia, Shaq Diesel, Lavish Lady. And if I'm missing anybody, JoJo, uh, Angie. There's been several people that have encouraged me to start this channel because they felt as though I had a voice. I didn't come in here just because of Robert Sylvester Kelly. I came in here for my people. And I want to say, continue to pray for him, Bonjean, his family, his children. But by the grace of God, that he will get past all of this and become a new man, which I believe he will. And he is being worked on as we speak. But I just want to say this. For those who are in the chat, I greatly, dearly appreciate you coming in here because without you being here, I wouldn't be able to speak tonight. I wouldn't be able to share my thoughts. I wouldn't be able to address you as being supportive of this channel. So I want to thank you again. Let me give it out a shout out to my sister Shell B, YTF, my Cali sister. Much love and respect to you, sweetheart. But I want to talk to the hearts of all of us. Have we done enough to make a difference? What's on your mind that's keeping you from speaking the truth? What's on your mind from keeping you from starting a business? What's on your mind from keeping you from being emotionally unraveled? What is on your mind to stop you from being happy? What is on your mind from stopping you from being loved? And I think more important, you know what it is? I think that we all are scared because we're scared to fail. But you have to fail in order to be a winner. And trust me, believe me, I know what it is to fail. I know what it is to lose. I'm quite sure all of you do. But I think it's important for me to speak this from a man's point of view. Sometimes we are afraid to speak because we don't want to be seen as vulnerable. But damn it, I'm gonna be vulnerable tonight to a certain point. What is on my mind? What's on my mind is the fear of not being able to change the world fully as I see fit. I fear for the next generation of children who are walking this earth with all this mess they have to see. My fear is for the adults who don't want to grow up but still acting like teenagers but want to still play in the sandbox. My fear is for the teenagers who are being raised as adults but haven't had the chance to be a child. Those are the types of things that are on my mind. My mental health is on my mind. My mental health for you is on my mind because I want you to be whole in the way that God wants you to be whole, free, loving, kind, but more importantly, being able to embrace the moment. And a lot of times we miss that mark in embracing the moment. But I think more importantly, having conversations such as we do on any other panels or channels, we need to learn how to embrace each other's flaws. But more importantly, we need to embrace each other, even in the good moments, because those are also shortcoming too. What is on your mind this evening? What's on my mind this evening is just you being here because you have made the difference of just showing up. And I appreciate that. I won't be long winded. I won't be overwhelming with my thoughts. But as I move forward towards this channel, we will have a panel. I would love to have an all women's panel to get their thoughts and visions and things of those natures, as well as men. And at the same time, I want to also honor those who are doing the right thing, whether it's through their children, you know, showing good grades, new artists, or whatever the case may be. But more importantly, how do we as people create a legacy while we're alive and not after we're gone? There's going to be a plethora of conversations. There are going to be many things to come. But I just want to say thank you again because I think it's more important to me that we all be heard in some capacity, one way or the other. And I also want to thank you for being here because you didn't have to be here. You could have went somewhere else. You could have been out with your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids, whoever the case may be. But thank you for your time. It is well appreciated. And again, like I said, this is just a welcome, open talk. Uh, I know there's a lot of things that's going on in our lives and in the world around us, but I want to address something about YouTube and social media. Try not to be so overwhelmed and consumed with what you see and what you hear, because sometimes you have to understand what discernment is in order for you to understand what it is that you're seeing. Some things are not healthy, some things are healthy, but I want you to be able to understand what is good for you and what is not good for you. And I understand everybody is caught up in this, that, and the third, but over here, I want to be caught up in you and where you want to move forward in life, how I can help you, how you can help me. For those of us that want to come together as a community, that's what we should be working on and moving towards. All the other nonsense, BS, we don't have to be a part of that because we are better than that. So, with that being said, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start this channel because I'm about peace, I'm about love. And at the end of the day, regardless of what I'm going through, I don't have to get caught up in somebody else's BS. because I have enough BS on my own plate that I can deal with. But anyway, I just want to say thank you uh, again, because this is something that I've been working on for a while. And it's very important to me that I speak my mind, but speak the truth at the same time. God has given us all a purpose in His life. He has given us a voice. He has given us directions that we need to use in our daily lives. And true, we are going to fall along the way, but that doesn't mean we can't get back up and do what we need to do. But we also must keep in mind the devil is busy. We must understand who we belong to and who we don't belong to. Again, thank you. Lady B Earth, thank you for showing up. Butterfly Nest, thank you as well. Um, like I said, I appreciate you guys because at the end of the day, I can't do this without you. Your support is very valuable and is duly needed. And at the end of the day, you are loved, you are appreciated, and most importantly, your comments, your thoughts are also appreciated. Um, Again, thank you. Like I said, I won't be long. I just want to get on here and just kind of talk a little bit. I don't want to rave too much. It's been a long week, but there's something I just want to say. God is in the midst of all things. Value Him through His Son, Jesus Christ, who brought you here. Allow Him to use you in such a way that you have never been used before. Because as we move forward to the end of 2023, we're going to come into 2024. Some of us will be here and some of us won't be here. Take each day as a gift, as a moment. Value it, appreciate it. Because even the next 60 seconds to an hour is not promised to any of us. So use your time wisely. But most of all, use it to make change, to show love, growth, humility. More importantly, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, have you done enough today to make a difference? And if you have, your day was well served, well worth it. And more importantly, you can lay down comfortably, sleep comfortably, and not be worried or anything of that nature. Again, we have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. For those of us that have children under the age of 18, we still have to nurture and guide them. And even those of us that are over 18 and beyond, we still need to be nurtured too. Because in the eyes of God, we are His children. We are His sons and daughters. So we're not that grown yet. We're still learning how to become men and women, even until our last breath. So take a moment to give yourself thanks. Give yourself a round of applause for just being up and being alive, because it could have been different. Give yourself a round of applause because you did something great today. Give yourself a round of applause because you spoke some truth to someone today. And even if you felt bad, give yourself a round of applause because you made it through the day by God's grace. Again, thank you. And I'm going to always say thank you because I could tell you some stories about my life. You'll be like, I can't believe that. But a lot of things are not meant for YouTube. But what I will tell you, I'm still a growing man. I'm still growing in God. I'm still growing in His grace and His mercy. And I'm continuing to understand what it is and what it is and what I need to do to walk in my purpose. And part of it is having this channel to help somebody, even if it's just one person. So thank you. K Baby, thank you for joining us. Courtney Love, thank you. Will appreciate it. I just want to say this as well. Take nothing in life for granted. Regret nothing. Do all you can. Live life to the fullest and live life as though it's your last breath because nothing is promised to any of us. Sometimes we take things for granted. There's a quote that I once heard a while back. The brother said, "You go through emotions every day. It's how you deal with those emotions throughout the day. You'll either win or you lose." And a lot of us are losing because we react too quick and we don't think. We just go off. Make sure we have our emotions in check, whether you're a man or a woman, because some of us are just a little too sensitive. We need to think before we speak. We need to assess the situation before we react. More importantly, we need to learn the valuable lesson from what we saw or what we did to ensure that it either doesn't happen again, or so the next person will have to go through what we went through in order to understand what it is that we need to see. Um, yes, again, thank you all. I appreciate you. It's Friday night. I know it's kind of late. It's a late start for me. Um, I may go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. Um, but if I do, you'll get the notification. But again, like I said, I just wanted to reach out on this live and just kind of give what's on my mind. Um, nothing major really to say, but I just want to put those things out in the atmosphere because I believe it's important that we need more positivity because there are not a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot of negativity on YouTube in certain parts because there's a lot of valuable information where you want to understand credit, skincare, exercise, stocks, whatever it is you need to know, exercise, whatever it is you want to know. But as for this channel, we're going to be on a more positive tip. We're not going to be disrespecting anyone because that's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. It's about uplifting our women, encouraging our men to be better, to help them understand and grow as men, and more importantly, supporting our queens because they're having a hard time as well. We need to be there, not in front of them, not behind them, but walking with them. Just like people use the phrase, they say behind every good man, behind every man is a good woman, whatever the case may be. No, she's walking side by side with that man. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the way God intended it. Not behind, not in front. We are to walk together in love. We are to lift each other up. We are to pick each other up. So that's what's most important. Walking together in love. Lady B Earth. Purposes this channel is for entertainment, but it's also for education. Like I said, there's some things that are coming. For those of you that want to share with other people about my channel, that's fine. Like I said, I don't be on everyone's channel, everyone's chat, or whatever the case may be, because I'm selective in who I listen to. I'm selective into what I want to put in my head, in my ears, in my eyes, need to see. But this is more about us moving towards legacy, whether it's financial, spiritually, wealth building. Of course, I don't know if you guys have heard me speak about Dr. Clyde Anderson, who I love tremendously because I've had a chance to hear him speak. He has a book out that's been out for a while now. It's called Powernomics. I would encourage everyone to go read it. It's a blueprint of how we can move forward as a community, and more importantly, how we can build wealth economically, and how we can ask for things through our representatives that's in our states, whether it's city councilmen or whatever the case may be. We need to come up with their agenda, so forth and so on. So, like I said, there's a lot of things that are going to come into play. Like I said, I'm still working on some stuff. I got a few interviews coming up with a couple of artists that are new. Some of you heard them before. Jeff Taylor, known as Crux, out of Chicago. I'll be interviewing him. Another brother named Big Sin out of North Carolina, who I'm going to interview as well. These brothers have positive rap music that's encouraging, uplifting, so forth and so on. So that's going to be a part of it as well. And I think more importantly, we need that for ourselves as a community. But I think we also need to challenge ourselves to kind of weed out the negativity and bring more positivity into this social media realm, YouTube, whatever the case may be. And that's what it's always been about for me. Like I said, when I first came on, I just sat back and watched, you know, people speak on R. Kelly, so forth and so on. And there were some things I agreed with, and there were some things I disagreed with. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to support him. I'm still going to speak about him. But at the end of the day, Bonjini is a part of the case now. She's doing what she needs to do. God put her at the right place at the right time and the right reason for him. So let that process be worked out. As we know, his appellate is coming soon for New York and Chicago. And again, I believe he will be vindicated from all of this. But again, we have other brothers and sisters out here who have been falsely accused, have been locked up for 10, 20 years. And now you're seeing them be free. You can go back and look at some of Bonjean cases where she's gotten people off that's been in jail for 25, 30 years or whatever the case may be. And we need to speak more about those other folks, not just celebrities, because the same thing that happened to him can happen to us as regular citizens, especially our young men. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to speak on. There's going to be cases that I'm going to speak on. There's going to be laws that I'm going to speak on. I'm going to talk about credit repair and how you can help fix your credit. That's something I do on the side. I do it for free. I do it at no charge. I walk people through the process of how they can repair their credit, because I think that's something important that you will need. I think that's something you should start working with your kids on as early as 10 years old. I started with my daughter and my son around the same age, around 10. My daughter was able to purchase her own car in her own name at 18 years old, even though she didn't have a whole lot of credit, but she had a score of 740. I'm in the process of showing her how to continue to keep her credit score up so that she can either buy a duplex, so forth and so on. Because at the end of the day, these are things that I wasn't taught as a teenager. Your parents tell you, oh, keep your credit clean. What does that really mean? You have to sit down and explain to them and show them what the credit score is, how it works, and so forth and so on. So that's what I started doing with my daughter. I'm doing the same thing with my son now. So that way, by the time they turn 18, 19, 20, by the time they're 25, they're homeowners, and they can do what they need to do. So at the end of the day, I think we need to help each other, even our kids and even some adults, because a lot of things we do have to understand financially, and we should understand financially. I even started doing my own taxes a couple of years ago, just playing around with it. It seemed like it was hard, but it actually wasn't. So there's a lot of things. If you want to understand how to run your own tax business, I would advise you to go check out Anita Powell on IG. She teaches people how to get into the tax business. I follow her. I follow her work. I'm in the process of hopefully within the next 3 or 4 months join her program so I can do my own tax business and so forth and so on. But think about it. You work 3 or 4 months, depending on how many clients you have, you can make 100, 200, 300,000. Depends on how you work it. So there's a lot of information out there, but I think at the same time, I think it's important that we discuss these things. And again, I'm not doing nothing for money because it's not about money for me. At the end of the day, I have a lot of information that I can give because I have other things I'm working on. I have a skincare line for men that I'm working on as we speak. That'll be coming soon. So there's a lot, and I just want to share that with people and help you guys to move past your 9 to 5, or even if you continue working 9 to 5, you can still have those extra layers of income coming in, because who in the hell wants to retire at 72 and you really can't do much? Why not do it now and let the income continue to grow? You can still travel the world or do whatever you want to do. So, like I said, there's a lot of things coming, and there are a lot of players that's going to be a part of this process who is going to help me through this. But at the same time, I'm going to give you the best of me and what I know. And if there's any information that you want to share or know and that I don't have, we can always brainstorm and do things like that. Chi-Town Finance, thank you for showing up. Coco Chick, appreciate you. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to do. Um, and I just want to share, with the people. And for those that I've come across through different chats or channels or whatever the case may be, those are the people that I want to help the most because you've brought valuable commentary to certain channels and stuff like that, and you speak positive things. So for me, that's what's most important. And I just want to have a little wiggle room for people to feel appreciated because a lot of times we get in these chats and people go off and people troll and say nasty things about people and so forth and so on, which is really not necessary because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be adults. And I just want to have a channel that supports that support people doing the right thing, but at the same time, learning something new, learning something different, and for them to feel appreciated and valuable as well. And that's always been important to me since I was a young man and even to this day. So again, there's going to be a lot of things coming. Um, Her, appreciate you showing up. Thank you so much. So that, there's a lot that like I said, that I'm going to be doing. Um, and hey, we're going to have fun. Some days we're going to laugh and some days we may cry. But at the end of the day, I want to speak the truth. And again, like I said, it's more important for me now is that when I do have the panels coming, sooner rather than later, I want the young ladies to be involved in this because I think your voice is just as valuable as mine or anybody else's. And I think without you, we can't move forward in life anyway because you give birth to us. So to me, that's valuable because at the end of the day, without you, we are actually nothing. So as long as we walk hand in hand and walk in love and light, we don't have to always agree. We're going to disagree, but more important that we understand and have communication with one another that is not only forthcoming, but it's truth, it's encouraging, it's motivation, it's love, it's peace. Um, and more importantly, that we learn from one another and we retool our minds and we move forward and we retool our hearts. So those are the types of things that are important to me. Um, and for those of you that either hear me on a panel or comment in the chat, with me, that's what you see is what you get. I'm the same person that you hear on YouTube as well as off YouTube. And a lot of times I'm quiet and I only speak when I have to. But right now, it's a time for me to speak because there's a lot of restlessness and uneasiness. So if I can be the voice of reason, then so be it. And that's what I want to be. So I want you all to stay encouraged. I want you all to be a light, to be the salt of the earth, to be the people, the person, the human that God needs you to be. But more importantly, continue to grow as God's daughters and sons. Because once you leave this earth, there's no coming back. So at the end of the day, live life to the fullest and put it all on the line. So when you leave this earth, God can say to you, daughter, son, job well done. You may now walk in paradise, but at the same time, when paradise closes and heaven opens up for eternity, you can walk in eternity for the rest of your life. And you don't have to look back because you've done what God asked you to do. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you all. Thank you all for being here tonight. I want to say thank you for making me a better person. And what I mean by that, because some of you have said things to me in chats that not only encouraged me, but inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you all for that. And I want to say, before I go, I just want to say a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for opening our eyes today. I thank you for walking us in love. I thank you for allowing us to take the breath of life again today. But more importantly, Father, for those in this chat, I ask you to cover them from the crowns of their heads to the soles of their feet. Bless their families, bless their husbands, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it may be that they're with. But more importantly, Father, help them to grow as men and women, that they may walk in your love and your grace and mercy. Cover them, Heavenly Father, through your Son, Jesus Christ, loves who died on the cross for us. But more importantly, Father, let them know that they belong to you and to no one else. Allow them to walk in love. Allow them to see your word and the layers within the word to help them get through this life. But more importantly, Father, that their souls be clean, free from sin, that they may live and not die, but live eternally through you. In Jesus Christ, Yeshua's name, we pray. Amen. Thank you all. I appreciate you. And before I go, again, I may do a live tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Like I said, this is just the beginning. I just want to come in here and shine a little light on some things, but we have a lot of work to do, and I look forward to the next live. And more importantly, thank you all for being here again, because without you, I'm nothing. Have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much, everyone.